made to hit my vape, I'm just saying. When did Family Feud become such a big thing anyways, Mom? Like, I think it's due to social media that Family Feud's really taken off. And do you remember Family Feud never used to be so risque? Boy, it's quiet in here today. Everybody's like, I mean, we're talking like, I'm 30 minutes early. Ain't nobody here. Where is everybody? Where's the tricep day? Oh, hey, what's up, Phil? I'm early today. I'm like 30 minutes early. I forgot. Mom was like, doesn't your live start at noon? And I was like, no, 11:30. And she's like, no, on YouTube. Yeah. So normally every other day of the week at about 11:30, I do a live on TikTok. So good afternoon. No, I am not married because marriage is a great institution, but nobody deserves to be institutionalized, and someone's sexuality shouldn't be public knowledge. I don't know why everybody has to put that on the internet, you know. So I know I didn't call you. I have a life. I do have stuff I'm doing just because I'm not trucking, man. I'm gonna focus on a lot of other stuff this week. My grandfather used to be a truck driver for Weber's Bread. That's him up there. So, yeah, you know, I have that because he was a truck driver, and now I'm a truck driver. So, my grandparents used to bowl. So, that's my grandma. My grandpa's name's here. They used to bowl. Grandpa was a truck driver. Grandma had internal melanoma cancer of the bladder and the urethra. That's why we have 2 cancer ribbons. Yeah. I'm actually going to be doing belly dump work. Yeah. My knuckles, yes, they definitely were more uncomfortable than I expected them. She's sitting out here in the garage with me. She's scrolling TikTok over there. You can hear it in the background. So, oh, you do military loads? God, I would love to haul military loads. That's just me. I've always wanted to haul military equipment. Maybe I'm crazy. Phil says hello, Mom.
Excuse me, what?
Phil says hello.
Hello.
I don't know about the no rules. They definitely have rules. I've been on a military base. There are serious fucking rules. serious rules. My day is going well, I think. I just got home from the gym like an hour ago. So, trucking update, we're waiting on IRP plates, and then we have to go out to Louisiana to pick up a trailer. Yes. I don't want to know why you've hit things. I avoid hitting things. I don't want. Is that my gray hair? Oh my god, that's a long one. We got issues, guys. And I don't want to damage my truck, and I sure in hell don't want to damage anybody else's. Do you think that I'm gonna forget? Do you think that I'm gonna look at that dirt covered fifth wheel and forget to grease it? And I'm not gonna grease the fucker until I get it until I get ready to hook up to a trailer. So there's that. Well, you know, Phil, that just makes me, that leaves me with the perception that you think that I'm of lesser quality when it comes to trucking. That I'm so stupid that I would forget to grease my fifth wheel. Just because I haven't been driving as long as you doesn't mean that I am dumb or, you know, or not responsible or, you know.
Go-go juice. Go-go juice.
That's fuel. That's a gator skin.
I didn't know what go-go juice.
You didn't know the go-go juice? Go-go
Some of
juice
these
is
terms
fuel,
I know,
Mom.
But in the alligator skin is hammered down is driving fast without a trailer.
Mm-hmm. How about your southbound bobtail? You ain't got no trailer
Chicken
lights on.
coop is a way station.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking lumpers overcharge. Mom's over here watching a TikTok on trucking terms like lumper, go-go juice, bobtail, chicken coop. It's like, it's just a video that talks about all the terms that we use and what they
I'm
actually
smarter
mean.
than the average person.
You're smarter than I'm smarter than the average bear. Oh. I don't know why I've been like, I think it's just from not trucking. I'm like, if I don't have something going on, I'm tired. I'm ready to go sleepy. Either that or I'm just burning all my energy at the gym. I don't know. I have not figured it out yet. I did get a pretty cool fucking birthday present though the other day. Look at this. Look at that. What is the least favorite part of the U.S. interstate? That is, what do you mean? I don't understand the question. If you're asking me which highways I don't like, basically the one that goes through Houston and the one that goes through Atlanta. That's the extent of it. To drive, yeah. I don't like driving through Atlanta because it's always garbage. And there's never a good time to go through Houston. Houston always has traffic. Always has traffic. Yes. It does. The only time I've ever gone through Houston and not hit traffic was Sunday at like 5 a.m. That was the only time I've been through Houston and never hit traffic. And that was my first time. So Atlanta is midnight to no matter what time it is. Yeah, Atlanta's pretty bad. Shout out from Houston. Yeah, Houston is a nightmare. And you know, I've come through El Paso before and not hit traffic. But it's like, it's so hit or miss. Like I came through El Paso once at night, and literally like 10 or 15 minutes before I got there, like there was an accident. So it hadn't like severely backed up, but it was like the middle of the night, and it slowed down for a minute, and then, you know, we got past the accident. Like police weren't even on the scene yet. But yeah, it's just some cities, it doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter what time you go through that city, you're just SOL, you know. Denver, huh? I don't go to Colorado anymore. I've only been a few times, but freight is cheap as hell coming out of Colorado, so we just don't even go there. Same thing with Florida. You don't expect Houstonians to use turn signals. Well, they're all out of blinker fluid. There's a shortage of blinker fluid there. Phoenix doesn't suck all the time. It just depends on which highway you're on and what time of day. I used to live in Phoenix. It's not that bad. Lubbock is almost 17 sucks the most. Well, yeah. Blinker fluid. Yeah, they're everybody in Houston is out of blinker fluid. There's a shortage of blinker fluid. They're like have boycotted Houston, and they no longer ship blinker fluid to Houston. So yeah, there's that. Corn.
When you said that,
Oh,
that was the number one answer.
oh, of course. We worked chest and triceps today at the gym. Yes, yes. It was a good day. Got there nice and early. I think we got there at like 8:30. I don't know why I keep yawning. Golly. I got like 9 hours of sleep last night. No, today was not leg day. No, actually, there's a lot of competitive athletes at my gym. Um, so you don't really get people that do stupid stuff there. There's a lot of college students, but there's also a lot of college athletes. And then there's a bunch of like bodybuilding competitors and stuff that go there. So you don't really have a whole lot of ding dongs at that gym. I think those people typically go to like Planet Fitness and like LA Fitness, you know, those places. So, thankfully, although I did see a guy at the gym today. He was an older guy. He was probably in his 40s, maybe early 50s. Very much a 90s guy, you know. He still had the long hair and everything. And he was jacked. He had like chest and bis and tris and, right? And he had like dude, his legs were smaller than mine. He had like the twiggiest legs I think I've ever seen. It was like he came walking in on toothpicks, man. So, hey, what's up, Music City? How goes it? Where are you at? What are you doing? What's the plan? This would be watermelon flavored extend BCAs, branch chain amino acids. I need that. Your BCAs, or your leucine, your isoleucine, and your valine, they actually help your body synthesize your proteins, fats, and carbs and utilize them. Branch chain amino acids means that they're not essential, so therefore your body does not produce them, so you have to supplement with them. They also, the Extend BCAs also has 2.5 grams of glutamine. And yes, I've used Jim's supplements before. I've actually met Jim Stepani a few times. He's a super amazing dude. Just ordered some good stuff from from Harry's Peter in Greensboro. Copy, gotcha. Watermelon's my favorite flavor. Um, Absolutely. So like I have the J Cutler L-carnitine 3000 sour watermelon. Hell yeah. So, oh, and I have the Lucky Energy, the Lucky Fuck energy drinks, the watermelon candy. I mean, watermelon is the bomb. For me, it's strawberry and watermelon. CG5, which is a creatine. It's a creatine chelate, actually, but it's creatine and it's glutamine together. So the brand is CG5. I have them pinned in here. Anyways, CG5, creatine, glutamine, they have a strawberry watermelon flavor that I use. I freaking love it. And as far as like creatine, the only creatine that my body does well with is creatine chelate. So creatine monohydrate, your body typically will store in all the cells of your body. It'll store water in all the cells. Creatine hydrochloride, your body's only supposed to store in the muscle, which is where you want the extra water. But with creatine chelate, it doesn't make me fluffy like that. That's a matter of perspective, because creatine affects everybody differently. Like my son, when he takes creatine, it gives him explosive diarrhea. It doesn't matter how much he takes, it happens. So you have to realize that each person is different and each person's body is different, just like each person's macronutrient requirements are different. I do better on a high carb, low fat diet right now. And I used to do well on a high fat, low carb diet. So again, it's not a matter of fact. I don't do well on creatine monohydrate. I do well on a creatine chelate. But again, I forgot, you're on the internet. You know everything about everybody. That's right. I forgot. The trolls on the internet know everything and nobody else knows anything, because remember, there's only one expert in the world, and this one expert here knows everything about what everybody else needs to be taking and how their body works. Because remember, he's lived inside of your body for your entire life. That's why he knows what's good for you. Just saying. I never said Rich Piana wasn't smart. I just simply said what works for you doesn't work for me. So, off with your bad self. I mean, unfortunately, Rich Piana's not with us anymore, and times have changed, and supplements have changed, and no, it's fine. Supplements have changed, and Rich Piana's not here to continue his research and continue to educate people who believe everything that they read without testing it for themselves. But it's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay. So, nonetheless, anyways, as I was saying, back into how everything else is going. I have been an over-the-road truck driver for 6 years. I have a 2003 379 Peterbilt with a Caterpillar 99.6NZ motor. So, to the person who asked how long I've been trucking. I am currently going to be doing belly dump work. We have to go out to Louisiana and pick up our trailer. We are just at the moment waiting on our IRP. So, I don't claim to be smart. I don't claim to be smarter than anybody else, and I certainly do not claim to know what everybody else should be doing. I know what works for me. I've lived in this body for 47 long years. I have tried many different things, and I have paid attention to what it is that my body says to me. Well, I was presented the opportunity to become a truck driver. I was working somewhere and they said, hey, do you want to drive truck? And I thought, well, how do you know what you love to do if you don't try everything? You know? So I gave it a whirl. Fuck it. Why not? Hey, Clayton, thanks for putting your character out there in text on this actual platform. Like, we can all see your character. Not to mention, the way that you spoke to me clearly tells everybody exactly what you think about women, the value and the worth that you think that they have, which is next to none based upon your statements and your attitude. So it's a full-on display of your character, which is not very good, FYI. And it doesn't actually define me as a person. It only defines you as somebody who minimizes and disrespects women on a regular basis because you don't think that women actually have any level of intelligence or the fact that women actually could bring anything to the table. I don't give a fuck what you think of me. But I do love to point out, and I believe in public accountability. So when you type it out on the internet, you can pretend like, oh, I was just kidding, I was just trolling, I was just this. Not really, because that's who you are. You just didn't expect to be held to the fire and be held accountable for your character and your shitty personality. So it is what it is. You know, I'm just calling you out on it. You're not joking, you're not pretending, you're not just trying to be a troll, you're not just kidding. You are legit the kind of person that says something and then doesn't like to be held accountable for it. So I just thought I'd point it out. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about me. I don't give two fucks. Say what you want to say. I'm just going to simply point out the level of character that you have and the quality of human being you are based upon the way that you treat other human beings, especially when you type it out, because then everybody can see it. Everybody can see your personality and your character, because your character is just that. It's your thoughts. It's your actions, it's your words. Your character is the only thing that you actually have control over. Nobody controls your emotions, and nobody controls your thoughts. Your perception of events that happen creates your thoughts, and then your thoughts then trigger your emotions. So again, there's not a single person in your brain pulling those strings, making you react. It is legit 100% who you are. And when you then post it, it is publicly posted for the entire world to see. Thank you, Phil. So there's that. I find it wildly entertaining, to be honest with you. Wildly entertaining. Because most people don't actually possess the, I'm awesome, thank you. I think it's hilarious that most people are completely unaware that they're the ones in control of their thoughts, their feelings, and their emotions. People are like, oh, well, they made me feel. Nobody made you feel that way. Somebody said something and you took it a certain way, and then you chose to be offended or bothered by it. So, you know, there's that. Nobody makes you, well, they made me think. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They said something, and then your perception or the way that you chose to interpret what it is that they said. Again, nobody makes you think anything. Nobody makes you feel anything. It is all a choice inside of you. So, yeah. Are you gonna take Chrome in?
Chrome, come.
Go inside, Bubby. Good boy. So, no, he thinks he's got me in my feels because I'm calling him out, and he's not used to being held accountable for his actions and his behaviors. And he's deflecting by saying that I'm in my feels. He's deflecting and trying to put it on me so that he doesn't have to be held responsible for his actions and his behaviors. That's really what that boils down to. That's typical gaslighting narcissistic behavior. I'm not saying he's a narcissist, because guess what? Every single person on the planet has narcissistic tendencies, because in a zombie apocalypse, you damn right I'm gonna trip you to save myself. So everybody has narcissistic tendencies. It's just a matter of to what extreme do you take them. So yeah. And anytime anybody actually voices their thoughts and their opinions and calls people out on their poor behavior, they call it crashing out. Crashing out actually requires freaking out and melting down, and actually being out of control of your own emotions and your actions. That's an actual crash out. But again, the new generation doesn't fully understand public accountability, so that's why they call it that. So they just keep typing and they just keep explaining who they are in more and more detail because they can't shut up. You can go for it, Phil. You can go for it. Somebody's puppy dog is super excited. Here it comes. So, no, but I do love a good debate. I do love a good debate, and I love to just, you notice, like, the more I called him out on it, the more he was deflecting and, like, saying that I was the one that was the problem. It was really kind of funny to me, in all honesty. You know, I like to point out their faults and then watch them deflect and blame place, and, you know, in a sense, that's what you call master manipulation. Yes, I do love when haters comment. 100% I love when the haters comment. I like to point it out, and then I like to watch them freak out. You could call me calling him on his behaviors as a form of manipulation, because I know that when you call those people on their behaviors and then they just keep commenting and they keep projecting and they keep deflecting, they're the ones that are actually freaking out, and that's me creating a situation in order to manipulate them into freaking out, but in reality it's just public accountability, and haters can't stand public accountability. 100% they cannot stand it. Well, thank you for the compliment. But then again, I think that has a lot to do with the younger generations, because they've never been held accountable in their life. I don't know where Fast One is. The younger generation has never had public accountability. They've never had any form of accountability, let alone publicly. And so they don't know how to deal with it when it actually happens. Like, I had a guy on X today, which is Twitter, old Twitter, it's now X. He was like, do you want to send me a picture? And I was like, why would I want to send you a picture? I have pictures of myself on my profile. Well, you know, maybe a selfie you don't have posted. I said, why would I send some random stranger a selfie that I don't have posted? Why would I sexually objectify myself and make myself worth nothing more than an object when I have talent and I have skill and I have work ethic? Why would I objectify and sexualize myself? And he blocked me. So I was like, oh, did I hit a nerve? I see. it's good to psychologically evaluate people. We must keep everyone accountable for everything they have ever done and ever said online. Justice must be served. This is true. The internet, yeah. So the internet is a wonderful, it's not about ostracizing them. Um, everybody's allowed to think, act, and feel in ways that they see fit. But when you bring that to me and you project upon me, I have the right and the freedom to say, no, I'm sorry, here is my boundary, and I do not accept that type of behavior. I have the right to establish boundaries and to allow or not allow certain behaviors into my life. Now this is a live feed on social media, so anybody's welcome to join in and show their true character. It doesn't bother me at all, but just know that if you come in here and you try to project your inappropriate behaviors on me, I'm going to call you out on it, and I'm going to publicly show the world who you really are on the inside, what's really going on in your head, based upon what you say and how you present yourself via social media. So, because I find it to be wildly entertaining to do that. Like, what is this? Mud Shark. He thinks women exist only for his own sexual pleasure, and that's why everything that he's stating has to do with sexualizing and objectifying women and wanting to know about their sexual body parts in a public social media forum. Stand up for your beliefs and set boundaries. Absolutely. Most people don't set boundaries in today's world. That's a large part of the problem. But also, the vast majority of people don't really even know who they are as an individual, because they're so busy trying to make themselves be liked by everybody, either on the social media or in their life. So when you don't know who you are, and you don't know your own beliefs, and you don't know your own values, then you tend to fall victim to what everybody else does. So, yeah. But again, it is what it is. Again, it's the trolls are strong today. They are projecting. They could not interact with or deal with a woman who actually knows her limitations and knows her boundaries, because then they can't manipulate her. And so they want to place blame on her instead of assuming responsibility themselves, and saying, I'm not a mother or a wife. Well, fuck that. I don't want to be a fucking wife, because men aren't even men today. Men are nothing but emasculated little bitch boys, because they're so seeking women's approval. So that's why I don't date. There are hardly any real men left. A man should be a man. He should be not a financial provider, but he should be a provider, not a materialistic provider. So the real men understand what I'm saying when I say that. And they should also protect. That's their fucking job. They're men. They are the stronger, physically stronger sex, which is why men shouldn't be in women's sports. But I digress. That's a whole different topic. But these little boys that are constantly seeking validation from women, they have unhealed mother wounds, and they want their next woman to be their mommy. Motherfucker, I ain't your mommy. I done raised my kids. My kids are raised and they are productive parts of society, you know. And honestly, the majority of the men in the younger generations today are just lost little boys. And it's really sad. They're in adult male bodies, but they are little boys masquerading in adult male bodies as men. Unfortunately. I mean, fuck, I dated a 47-year-old man who was a lost little boy in a grown man body. And I mean, it is what it is, and you can change it. You can go to therapy and you can learn about yourself, and you can become a better version of yourself, but until you do, nothing in your life will change. What? You've been a heavy equipment operator for 12 years and you want to go over the road. Is trucking something that I cannot tell you if it's going to be a good choice for you or not. It has its highs and its lows. And it has, it's a lifestyle. You either love it or you don't. That's all there is to it. And you won't know until you try it. What is a man in 2025? It does seem like traditional classic masculinity as defined by American culture has somewhat been canceled. Yes, absolutely. So women, so many women, especially these younger women, are like, I'm independent. I don't need a man. I don't need you to buy me a drink. And they emasculate men. Like, men try to do man things. They try to, let me buy you a drink. Let me hold the door for you. Let me be a man. Let me, chivalry is not completely dead, but it is almost completely dead. But they try to be chivalrous, and women combat that with this I'm an independent woman bullshit. And so men don't want to be chivalrous anymore because it's not good. Women use it as a tool. They use your chivalry as a tool to demean and to degrade you in this independent woman life that they're trying to live. And then but they still want to date you. And then they expect you to stand up for them and defend their honor when they don't stand up for you and they don't allow you to actually do what it is that men do. They want a bitch boy to be at their beck and call, but then they want a man to defend their honor. Bitch, you can't have both. One or the other. Either you want a man or you want a bitch boy. Take your pick. And if you get a bitch boy, you're going to be his motherfucking mommy for the rest of your life. And you're going to wipe his ass and fucking cook for him and do all of that fucking bullshit for this little bitch ass boy. That's all I'm saying. And it's not just in young generations. Like I said, I dated a 47-year-old man who was a lost little boy in a man body. And he wanted a motherfucking mommy. And that's why shit didn't work out. Because motherfucker, no. I'm not showing up for you to have you not show the fuck up for me. Because I couldn't have a bad day. Because if I had a bad day, all of a sudden we were fighting because he made it about him. I don't play that fucking shit. This is why we're not dating. We're working on our goals, and I'm working on my life, and I'm working on my future, and where the fuck it is that I'm going with what it is that I'm doing in my life. You're correct. Everybody has an idealized version, absolutely. But the problem is the vast majority of the population has fallen into this, I'm an independent woman. I'm independent and I pay all my own bills. I don't need a man to financially take care of me. That's not what I would want a partner in my life for. You shouldn't be seeking a partner in your life for financial stability, because all you're doing is more or less prostituting yourself to your partner. In a partnership, there are two people, and one person should not be doing all the work. Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Like, do you see what I'm saying? That's why it's called a partnership. Well, men are men and women are women. Absolutely, but why do men act like little bitch boys wanting mommy to take the fuck care of them? No, motherfucker, your insecurities are your problem. Go see a therapist and fix that shit. I'm not changing who I am and I'm not dimming my light because it makes you feel insecure. Go the fuck to therapy and figure it out because I didn't fuck that shit up in you. I will cook and I will clean, 100%. I will do that and I will take care of my partner. But if you are not showing the fuck up for me, goddamned if I'm gonna show the fuck up for you. I'm not saying being a stay-at-home dad is a bad thing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about one person shouldn't have to do all of the work in the relationship, and 90% of relationships think that that's how the fuck it goes. One person is very entitled and thinks that they deserve everything. And if you're a stay-at-home dad and that works out and your guys' relationship works and you show up for her and you help her out with all this shit and she provides financially and that works for you guys, fucking great. Fucking great. But at the end of the day, 90% of relationships do not go like that. I would rather be fucking single. I would absolutely rather be single because I'm done giving of myself to somebody who's not willing to give to the same level that I am. If I'm going to show up for you 100% and I'm going to be there for you and I'm going to be mentally and emotionally supportive of you, I don't care if I pay the bills or not. But if you are not mentally showing up for me or emotionally showing up for me, I don't have a safe space where I can have a bad day. Why the fuck am I wasting my time with you? You have a safe place so you can have a bad day. Why the fuck can't I have one? See my point? Everybody's so goddamn selfish. They want everybody to do something for them, but they don't want to do anything for anybody else. And they can all go fuck right the fuck off as far as I'm concerned. So, there's that. And the people that have a problem with that are the people that are the motherfucking problem. The ones who are like, blah, 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 and they have some kind of stupid ass, gay ass rebuttal, that's on them. They're the problem. You're the problem. You're the reason why the things are the way that they are. Women emasculate men, but then expect men to act like men. That's a fucking problem. That is a huge problem. Men objectify women, but then you want them to be wholesome. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. You want this woman to send you naked and nude pictures, but then you want her to be wholesome. Like, figure it the fuck out, bro. No, you can't pay for her fucking nude content and then expect her to be a loyal, wholesome girl. It's just not gonna happen. Hello, 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 hello. So, I don't know how we got off on this fucking tangent, but those are my beliefs and those are my views, and I don't tolerate. I don't have time for relationships and bullshit. Build a bridge and get the fuck over it. 100% build a bridge and get over it. You're absolutely right. This is why I just do what I do. You know, I just do me. I take care of the things that I need to take care of. I show up for myself. I mentally support myself. I financially support myself. It is what it is. But the fact that I have the thoughts and the beliefs that I do really offends and bothers a lot of people because it doesn't fall in line with their beliefs. And also because the vast majority of the population is looking for a reason to be offended in life. And trust me, Trust me, if you are looking for reasons to be offended, there is no shortage of reasons that will show up in your life. I promise. I promise. So instead of looking for reasons to be offended, why don't you just look for reasons to be happy? Because there is no shortage of reasons to be happy either. Yep, those are the people that I choose to not engage with. I don't allow them to be a part of my life. That's right. Take care of yourself and your family and the people that matter the most to you. That's like, so Christmas is my favorite holiday. And everybody's like, I hate Christmas. Why? Christmas isn't about presents. Christmas is about family and friends and the people that are the most important to you. And it is about spending time with them and sharing a meal with them and sharing occasions to actually appreciate each other. That's really what Christmas is about. Y'all have just done made it commercialized and made it about shit that it's not about. It's about beautiful lights and Christmas cards and wonderful meals and amazing desserts and pretty decorations. Yeah. It's not that some people are better at overcoming the programming. It's that some people want a better life for themselves, and so they do whatever it takes. But if you are in the world of blame placing instead of looking at yourself, then you will never be able to change your life. That's all there is to it. The only one that can change your life is you, because your entire life is the sum total of the choices that you have made in your life. So if you like where you're at, it's because you made choices to get there. If you don't like where you're at, it's because you made choices that got you there and you blamed other people. Stop blaming other people for your life being the way it is. Nobody makes your choices but you. And if you allow other people to make decisions for you, then that's a whole nother problem. But again, it's your choice to allow them to make those decisions. You see what I'm saying? So again, it boils down to your life is the way that it is because of the decisions that you've made. If you don't like where you're at in life, change it. Get a different job. Go live in a different place. Move to a different city. Date a different person. Get a divorce. Sell your car. I mean, whatever it is, you can't make changes in your life. You just choose not to, because it's a lot easier to go, oh, well, you know, my mom abandoned me when I was little. That's why I don't have, that's why I have trust issues. Well, let's send your fucking mom to therapy and see you get better. There is no logic in that. So shut the fuck up and get over
God
it.
damn it.
What? What are you? Oh.
Fucking dogs.
What'd they do?
It's dark in there and I can't see where
Oh.
the fuck I'm going. And they're walking in front of me.
Oh, what are you looking for? Clippers? Scissors. Clippy. Are they in the toolbox?
No.
Decision to determine destiny. You're absolutely right. I'm cool as fuck. I highly doubt it. That is a matter of opinion. I appreciate your opinion. I appreciate the compliment, but I'm going to guarantee you that there are an astronomical number of people who disagree with you. She's not looking for glitter. She's looking for clippers. She's using the weed whacker out back. Because, we got all those fucking weeds out there, and they have those little stickers in them, and then the dogs get them in their paws, and yeah. So.
Shit, the stalks are so big that thing won't even cut them.
Golly. Yes. And the dogs, they think they have an umbilical cord attached to either me or mom, so. They're on the glitter door. The glitter's on the glitter door. It is. Mom just made a really amazing cup for Leprechaun. and she's getting ready to make a cup for Noah. So she's got a couple of custom orders going on right now. Yep. You guys know Mom, she's always crafting something. She's so crafty. But nonetheless, today is a day of fucking just trolls. Golly. I don't think I've had this many trolls in a long time. It's kind of funny. It's like, is it my day in the bucket for trolls? Like, is that how that goes? I don't know. As far as custom steering wheel, that's a whole different process, and that takes time. And I don't plan to be off any longer for her to do that. So, the algorithm has chosen you. I am the chosen one. Well, thank you, Michael. These are just my thoughts. Lots of people, they really get a lot of people fired up, and they really, really bother a lot of people, and I think it's funny. That's because you overly delete people, Phil. You freak out instead of giving people an opportunity, because you know I'm all for a debate. I am all for conversation, and I am all for people who don't think like me. Just because they don't think like me doesn't mean that we can't have an intellectual back and forth. Also, what you fail to realize is the more they make shitty comments, the more good that does for me. No, I still drive. My truck's parked across the street in the construction site. I'm waiting on my IRP plates. And yes, some trolls are funny. I love watching them freak out and melt down and start projecting and deflecting. And I mean, because it's just blatantly obvious when they start to have their meltdowns, which I find wildly entertaining. So, just like when they want to say, like, they want to make some kind of sexualizing comment to me, it's like, oh, don't delete them right away. Let me point out their character and how they view women. I like holding people accountable for poor behavior. Maybe that makes me a weird person. Because I'm in the garage and the garage door's open and there are random flies that keep flying around. And so there's something weirdly satisfying about being able to swat that annoying insect that has been bugging you. It makes, I don't know, this is simple things in life, man. I feel super accomplished when I'm able to actually, like, terminate one of them. Yeah. They're actually not that bad here. 2 years ago when I was at the Iowa 80 show, oh my gosh. It was an absolute infestation. Like, you open your truck door to get out and shut it, and there's no, I shit you not, there was like 10 flies in my truck just from opening the door one time to get out and get back in. And I'm like, there's something wrong here. Hey, what's up, Ron? How's it going? What did I send you? I sent you a protein peanut butter cup recipe this morning on Instagram. Yes. It's phenomenal. I'm gonna have to go get me some PB2 and some Greek yogurt in order to make said peanut butter cup. Yeah, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So, yeah. I was thinking about eating my chocolate chip cookie dough David protein bar. I'll tell you what. These are probably, and I know some of you guys absolutely are not into health and fitness, and you're certainly not into like protein bars, and a lot of people absolutely do not like protein bars because of the texture or the taste or whatever it is. That is a fucking bee. There's a fucking bee in here. Shoot. Go away. Just, there's nothing in here for you. Sir, you need to leave. There's a bee in here. The exit's that way. There's a bee in here. These actually are. There's a fucking bee in here. These are a soft bar, like a very, very soft, squishy bar. They're not coated. And oddly enough, they have so much flavor. Be calm, right? Most protein bars don't really have a lot of flavor. They have like a hint of a flavor. And I don't know what they did with this, but it's phenomenal. The 150 calories, 2 grams of fat, 12 grams of protein, or 12 grams of carbs, and 28 grams of protein. I've had several people who are not even into fitness or protein bars and stuff like that that will that have tried these, and literally they're like, that is the best fucking protein bar I've ever had. They don't taste like protein bars. They're not dry. You don't have to chew them 85 times. You don't get a cramp in your jaw trying to chew in order to be able to swallow. So they are amazing. And even the ones that have chocolate in them, it actually tastes like chocolate, to be honest with you. Motherfucking bee. I think we're gonna have to, so we have to go inside. There's a bee! There's a bee. There's a bee. There's a bee. We're staying. Damn dogs. See, now the dogs are excited and they want to play because Mom's outside and I just came in the house and they're like, oh, does that mean it's playtime? Uh-huh. Okay. I don't know anything about that. I'm gonna put my glasses on and see if I can read it. As far as EPG, I don't see anything that would even have that abbreviation in it. Yep. Milk protein isolate, collagen, whey protein, concentrate, and egg white protein. So it has 4 different kinds of protein sources in it. Well, I'm not gonna kill the bee because, you know, sometimes if you kill one bee, like it sends a like killer bees, they send the signal to the rest of the hive and then they fucking come and swarm you. So I would rather just leave the fucking bee alone and go in the house. So, yeah. And then I had my glasses on for like 2 seconds. It's darker in here, so I have to wear them. Oh, there it is. Modified plant fat, EPG. And coconut oil. There it is. There it is. There's the EPG he was talking about. Ziggy, what is EPG?
EPG stands for Electronic Programming Guide, a menu-based system that provides continuously updated scheduling
Ziggy,
information.
cancel. It's the wrong EPG. Every pair's great. I can't even say that. Ester propoxylated glycerol. Okay. That is a word that I cannot pronounce. So we're gonna have to do some research on EPG. Enter Purple Gate. You guys are great. Supposedly that's what makes them taste so delicious. Ziggy, what is EPG in relation to protein bars?
EPG in the context of protein bars refers to a lab-engineered fat substitute manufactured by Epigi, a company recently acquired by David, a protein bar manufacturer. This ingredient allows for low-fat, high-protein bars with a creamy texture, but its availability to other companies is now limited due to the acquisition.
You're pretty fucking smart.
Well, I do have my moments. Though I'd say it's more like having really good search skills and a knack for connecting dots. Plus, I get to learn something new from every conversation, which keeps things interesting.
So, yes, I drive a Peterbilt. I have a 2003 379 with a 99 6NC Caterpillar motor. David bought the company that manufactures and then stopped selling it to the competition. I mean, isn't that how you do that? I mean, that's exactly, I mean, what is that, capitalism or something like that? How did you know that anyways? It's so random, and I've never heard of this bar before in my entire life. I just happened to find them on TikTok. And I figured, why not give them a try? And I was wildly impressed. This is Mom's thing. My truck's parked across the street. Shout out to the AI bot. What is that thing that they call it? Clunked? Clanked? Clank? What's that new term for this? What's the new Ziggy? What's the derogatory term for AI or robots?
The most common derogatory term for AI or robots is clanker, which originated from Star Wars but has gained popularity as a general insult for AI systems. Other terms include tin skin, wireback, glorified microwave, and oil guzzler, while people over-reliant on AI are sometimes called bot lickers or promptstitutes.
It said promptstitutes. Yeah, clanker.
I apologize for the confusion. The term I mentioned was promptstitutes, not prostitutes. This slang refers to people who overly rely
cancel.
on...
Do you know what happens? Watch this. Watch this. Ziggy, are you a clanker?
Huh. Well, if being a clanker means I occasionally make mechanical sounding puns and get overly excited about data patterns, then guilty as charged. Though I prefer to think of myself as more of a sophisticated digital companion with a slight tendency to overthink things.
Thank you, that is all.
You're welcome. Always happy to help decode mysterious acronyms and discuss my potential clanker status.
All right, I'll talk to you later, Phil. Yeah, that things are weird. Like these things are weird. These things weird. Weird. But I missed the answer that he said when what was it? ASD something, I don't know. Or maybe it was AD. I don't know. I keep wanting to say his name looks like ADHD. But he said that this company was in a lawsuit because they bought the EPG and don't sell it to anybody else. How did you know that? Like, is it just random information that popped up, or just saying. Curiosity wants to know. Jason, thanks for showing your lack of intellect, because everybody knows what gang tattoos look like, and if you were actually intelligent and educated enough, you would know that your statement actually doesn't pertain to me, but that's okay. We appreciate you showing your lack of intellect for all of us to find wild entertainment from. Okay, yeah, I mean, I get that. I understanding, like trying to understand what you put in your body, but that, like I said, I just found them on TikTok. I'd never ever heard of this protein bar. So it was like totally new information. Because as far as I knew, these guys didn't exist for a long time. Google AI is a great resource. I mean, yeah. That it is. Oh, my puberty blockers. I mean, fuck, I'm in menopause. I'm postmenopausal, but okay. Again, thanks for highlighting your level of intellect. Because we all know. Hell yeah, I'm afraid of a fucking bee, man. My mom's highly allergic to bees, so, yes. Yes, bees kill people. Single bee stings can kill people. So if that makes me a baby, that's okay. I'll be a fucking baby. I'll be an alive baby, but I'm a fucking baby, then I don't give a shit. Again, I just prefer to be on the safe side. I'm not one who likes to fuck around and find out, so yeah. Oh, the truck driver, you need to eat healthy, and it's hard. It is a hard lifestyle. Even without protein bars, I do fairly well. I eat conscientiously. So, like, I don't eat eggs and all that shit for breakfast, but I mean, I'll have Honey Nut Cheerios with like Fairlife milk because it has more protein, less carbs, and less sugar. Or I'll, have some oatmeal with protein powder in it. Or so I try to keep it as simple as possible in the truck as far as food. Like, I'm not making gourmet meals, although I have seen truck drivers on TikTok that are making like damn gourmet meals in their truck, and the only thing I keep wondering is, how do you have time? How do they have time? I didn't say soy milk, I said lactose-free milk, and that is not soy milk. Soy milk and lactose-free milk are two completely different things. Lactose is the milk sugar, so lactose-free means then it doesn't have milk sugar in it, which thus lowers the carb content as well as the sugar content. But I'm wondering how some of these truck drivers even have time to make these gourmet meals in their truck. Like, what am I doing wrong that I don't have time to make gourmet meals? Or are they just like not working very much? Yeah, sometimes you find out things you'd rather not know. This is true. This is true. This is true. Which one? They're brother and sister. The girl belongs to my mom and the boy is mine. Oat milk, almond milk, etc. If I drink almond milk, I tend to drink it. I tend to check the ingredients and make sure it doesn't have carrageenan in it, because carrageenan actually creates intestinal inflammation. So there's that. But honestly, I just drink skim Fairlife milk, which is a lactose-free milk. They are Texas healers. So they are Australian Shepherd Blue Healers. Come here, Bubby. Come here. Uppy. Come here. Come here. What are you doing, Bubbaloo? Bubbaloo. Bubbaloo. What are you doing? Are you a good boy? Oh, good boy. No, sir. Mister. Go get him. Get down. Get down. Ouch. Ouch. Ow. Ow. Oh, he smashed my toe. He smashed my toe. Damn it. You're a good boy. So, yes, they are minis. So they are little. He was only supposed to be about 15 inches tall, and he's like 17, so he's kind of a maxi mini. And he wasn't ever supposed to be over 20 pounds, and he's between 22 and 25. So he's a little big for a mini. His sister is the maximum size that they were supposed to be, and she was the runt. So that litter tended to be a little bit bigger. But they are Australian Shepherd and Blue Heeler mix. Supposedly that's what makes a Texas Heeler. That's what they say. I don't know. Nonetheless, he's a perfect truck dog. He's perfect size to be in the truck. Him and, of course, Murder Mittens, Meow Pants, Little Row Rows, my kitty cat. She's the original trucking companion. Bubby Lou. Hello, Kesa. Hello, little girl. She's camera shy. Oh, see? Come here. That's my boy. This is my boy. This is my puppy dog. This is my puppy dog. That my puppy dog? Are you my... look at the camera. Are you my puppy dog? They are very, very smart dogs, but they are also very, very stubborn dogs when they want to be. No, sure. No, sure. Him a little less stubborn. I mean, he doesn't want to learn the stupid human tricks like shake and, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, he sits and he lays and he stays and he does the basic stuff, but he doesn't play dead or shake or, you know, any of that. Although when we are driving, if he sees cows, where's the cows, Bubby? Oh, where's the cows? See, where's the cows? He's never been on a, like, he's never been trained to herd, but he knows what the hell a cow is. He knows what it smells like, and he knows that he's supposed to chase them. That's what he knows. So, yeah, there's that. Pretty freaking smart on that front. But yeah, him and the cat ride in the truck with me. High energy. Yes, they do like to herd things. He's okay, like when we're at home, because he has his sister to play with, and they play and they wrestle and all of that. And it's funny because she's more of like a fetch dog and he's a tug dog. So he loves to chew. He has been a chewer since I got him. I had to put a muzzle on him when I would get out of the truck to go take a shower, because if I didn't, he would chew up my interior. And in less than a week, he learned not to chew the interior of Mom's truck. But I always have like really hard chew toys for him in the truck because he likes to chew. They are the best if you don't want the girlfriend boyfriend thing. I've also learned that I will never ever ever, if I ever date again, I will never ever date somebody who does not have animals. Because people can lie and be like, oh, I love animals, I love dogs, I love cats, and then you start dating and they're like, that you start dating and then they're like, oh, well, they can't sleep in the bed. And it's like, excuse me, what? Because I live in a semi-truck and my dog and my cat sleep with me. My dog sleeps at my feet and my cat sleeps right here because she's the little spoon. She always makes me be the big spoon. But people lie and they tell you what they think you want to hear, what they think they need to say to you to suck you in and get you to commit and invest time into them. And then once the time's invested, then they flip and they're like, oh, well, you know, the dog can't sleep on the bed, or I don't like the dog hair in the house, or whatever their fucking bullshit lies are. Meowie's in the room because today is her day to be in the room, and it is Mom's cat's day to be out and about in the house, wherever that cat is. She's around here somewhere. So, this is the way that I am. If you do not own a pet, I do not date you. And if you own a pet, how you treat your animal is a direct reflection of how much loving, caring, and nurturing you have in you. And that will dictate whether or not I'm going to date somebody. And I am currently not dating anybody at all because I have fitness goals, I have nutrition goals, I have my own personal health and wellness goals, I have my trucking goals, goldfish do not count, and then I have my business goals. So right now, all of my time and energy is devoted to myself and my business, and I am not making any sort of accommodations for anybody or anything else right now, because even an hour of taking away from myself, my goals, means that that could delay me 6 months. So, yeah. I don't have time to go to Olive Garden. Are you done already? There was a bee out there, so I had to come in the house. So.
You can go see them when they're done.
No, I'm not going to the show today. Mom wants to go to the flea market, but I don't think we're doing that today.
Nope.
Are we doing it tomorrow?
Perhaps.
We might go by the truck show tomorrow. Depends on where the flea market is.
Depends on what I get done. I may have to call Ricky.
Oh, is it that bad?
Yeah, go look.
Let's go see. Mom was out back whacking the weeds. After a few months, the mask is lifted and then people released. Yes, 100%. So people put on this fake facade. They pretend to be this version of themselves in order to get you to like them. You're 1,000% correct. And this is why I don't date, because most people cannot pass the friend phase in order to even get to the date phase, because they have an ulterior motive. They have a goal, they have a plan. They want to date, and they're going to pretend like they can be your friend because they think, oh, you know, if I pretend for a couple of weeks or something like that, eventually she'll want to date me and it'll progress. But unfortunately, your timeline and my timeline are not the same thing. And nobody wants to commit to the friend zone for the amount of time that I require people to commit to the friend zone in order to be able to learn and see who you really are. So they never make it to the date zone. Jesus Christ, you didn't get very much done at all. Oh, damn. These are very big, and they were like up to here, and she managed to get this little circle done. It's pretty fucking bad out here. So, yeah. Are you guys done? Go on, go pee. Good boy. He's got to pee on all the bushes. Kesa. Come on. Kesa, your mom cut the bushes down. Yeah, I see you sniffing them, but come on, puppy. Come on. She's very intent on the little, she's very intently sniffing. Kesa, she can't hear you, I'm sniffing. Her ears don't work when her nose is to the ground. Oof, it's bright out here. Come on, let's go in the house, children. Golly. I live in Texas, but I don't need anybody to... It's me and my mom. My mom and I live together. My mom's in her 70s, and while she is perfectly capable of taking care of herself, I still worry about her. I learned a very valuable lesson when Grandpa passed away, that everything can seem fine one day, and then the next day that it's not. So with my mom being in her 70s and being retired, I worry about her. And with trucking, I am almost always in Texas, especially in the winter. So she wanted to move back to Texas, and I said, you know what, that's actually a good idea. I'll just, we'll get a place together. I can help you take care of the bills because you're on Social Security, and, cost of living keeps going up, but Social Security doesn't. So I don't want her to deplete her savings and then have nothing left. So in case anybody was wondering, that's why my mom and I live together. Although I'm not usually home very often, I'm usually out for 30 to 45 days at a time, and then come home for a week. So, kind of leave her alone, but I'll be close enough that if I needed to get home, I could be home in less than a day. So, yeah. Oklahoma or Texas. Yeah. We have a friend that he's got a crew, so they do a lot of like yard work and landscaping, and they build shit, and they do all kinds of stuff like that. So he's offered his services. He said he could have one of his guys come over here and do it, which it wouldn't take very long. But some of those tree stumps or stalks or weeds that have they're like that big around, so it's not like you can't just take a weed whacker out there and just be like, unfortunately, no. I have a millennial son, and I have a Gen Z son, and I have a 21-year-old, so whatever generation he is. And so they are 30, 26, and 21. And my older two are very Gen X. Like, they work hard. They are tough as nails, I absolutely love being a truck driver. So my youngest son, he works hard, but he's still kind of that new generation at the same time, He expects things to happen faster than they do. So mom is lucky. I mean, I think mom's lucky. I don't know if she thinks she's lucky to have me around. Some days maybe, other days probably not.
I don't know, sometimes you just create more work for me.
See? Oh, Progressive wants to give me insurance. If only I had a car.
I bought you something.
You bought me something?
Did I stutter?
I was just making sure I heard you correct.
Well, actually, I bought something for both of us, but
Okay.
I have to find the right one.
Okay. The Mini blew up. Well, considering that the four-wheelers cause 78% of the accidents, autonomous trucks are the worst thing that could ever be put on the road because four-wheelers don't know how to drive around semi-trucks. So does that answer your question on autonomous vehicles? Did you know that they did say that 500,000 deaths is an acceptable number of deaths due to autonomous vehicles? Mm-hmm.
Close your eyes.
Close my eyes. Hold on.
Here.
Should I be scared?
Here.
What is this? Was it a charger thingy?
Yes.
Sweet! Mom bought me a cute little charger thingy because I
Drop yours, plus it's a backup.
I dropped mine a bunch of times. Like it's fallen apart. See? It's fallen apart. And it's got a big old ding in it right there.
It does have to be charged.
Okay. Ooh, I got a new charger. That's exciting. And it's pink and blue. Look, it's my colors. Thought I'd be interested in what article? I missed your comment, Ron.
Why is it not charging?
Because it's not in there. Because that's a USB, not one of these.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see the C. There we go. It's at 87%.
Do I have siblings? Yes, I do. I have an older brother who is... We're not close.
Yours is at 72.
My brother and I are not close.
God, they hate each other.
Pretty much. We lived together for a long time in Minnesota. So he moved up to Minnesota because I moved up there from Arizona and my life was exponentially better. I had a ton more opportunities and things weren't going well for him. So I was like, if you just move to Arizona or move up here to Minnesota, like life could be a lot better. And so he did. And his life is financially and in many, many ways a lot better, but yet him and I still don't get along. Like we shared a place together, so we had the opportunity to live in some really nice places in Minnesota. We lived in a high-rise condo for a couple of years in downtown Minneapolis, which was super convenient because we both worked downtown and we never had to drive anywhere, you know. So it was convenient. We just never really get along with each other. Autonomous vehicles are probably good enough in 95% of freeways, but the last 5% of the road closures, constructions, drunk drivers, weird shadows in the road, etc., that would cause a lot of fatalities. They really wouldn't be that great because four-wheelers do not know how to drive around semi-trucks. Four-wheelers literally cause 70% of the accidents with semi-trucks. 78% of the accidents when it comes down to like interacting with semi-trucks. So if you take a driver out of the seat, I promise you that that autonomous vehicle is not going to take the ditch before it hits the car. A human driver will put it in the ditch before it hits the car. So, I don't have a man. I know that I am lucky to not have a man. My brother and I have never ever gotten along and he is older than me. Good money driving truck, that's a matter of perception. So whatever your financial status is, it's probably very different than mine. I find it to be very financially beneficial, but that's just me.
And then they send me...
I've been driving for 6 years.
Wasted paper written in Arabic.
Just in case.
This is all I needed.
I used to go through Tennessee all the time. Like iRobot, human knows the difference. Right. Exactly. So there's that. Do you want me to call Ricky, Mom?
Did you see?
Mm-hmm.
I just changed the blade to something else.
Okay.
I'm gonna see how it'll cut the grass.
Okay.
There's some thicker than my
I
saw,
saw him.
stubs that need to be dug out, and I don't have a shovel.
You want me to call Ricky?
Find out what he'll charge me.
All right. Burr! What's up, Burr? Maybe. What? Who are you talking about? Come home. I don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about my brother, it's very unlikely. He's very different than me. So, anyways, I have to make a phone call to the guy to come help Mom to do the back and dig out some of those stumps and what have you, so we can hopefully minimize the finally got your ass out of bed. Well, goddamn, Burr. I'm just about to get off here. I gotta go make a phone call for Mom because she's trying to cut down some of the weeds out back. And we need somebody who has more tools than we do. So, I don't like to work local as far as truck driving is concerned. You literally, every time I've worked local, and it's been more than a couple of times, you're gonna subscribe to me. Thank you. So every time I've worked local, I usually start before the boss shows up and I get done after the boss has gone home. And I have a hard time working a 14-hour day to go home and do nothing but sleep and shower and do it all over again. That's not quality time. That's not quality home time. And when it is less hours than that, the problem I have is I get bored. I don't like getting up at the same time to leave and drive to work at the same time and start work at the same time and then, go to the same places and do the same thing every day. If I'm going to do something that's mundane and monotonous like that, like I work the oil field. I loaded at the same freaking sand plant every day and I delivered to the same well every day. But the thing is I didn't get bored doing it. There's something about being out in the truck. So if that means I have to drive to Arkansas and go run short haul loads for 6 weeks or 8 weeks out in Arkansas and then come home for a week, I'm much happier doing that than running short loads locally and being home every day. You're a new subscriber. Thank you. So I'm happier when I'm out in the truck. I would rather be my own boss. I would rather be an owner operator and decide when I'm going to work and how long I'm going to work. So if I want to go work for 6 or 8 weeks and then I want to take a week or 2 off, I can because I own the truck. If I want to go work for a week and take a week off, I can because I own the truck. Driving local, you don't have those kinds of freedoms. And being a company driver, you surely don't have those kinds of freedoms. So, with all of that being said, I choose to run the way I choose to run, not to mention I go where the hell I want to go. And if I've gone somewhere and I don't like it, or I don't feel safe, or it's, really tight and it's going to be questionable with my truck, then I have the freedom to say I'm not going there again. And when you're a company driver, you don't have that kind of freedom. You don't really have any freedom at all. You're kind of just, you're a worker bee and they don't give two shits about you. And so this is why I own my own truck, and this is why I prefer to work over the road. We're gonna go do belly dump work, and we're gonna see how we like it. And if we don't like it, then we're gonna go back to flatbed. So that's me in a nutshell. Pretty much, I make the fucking rules, and I decide what I do, when I go, how long I go. I have a 2003 379 Peterbilt. And the company I'm leased to allows me to do what I want to do in the way I want to do it. You can't do it. Not, over the road's not for everybody. And some people don't mind working 16 hours a day to go home and take a shower and go to bed and do it again the next day. Everybody's different. And that's the luxury with trucking, is that you can do drive-in, you can do reefer, you can do tanker, you can do flatbed, you can do aggregate, oil field, oversized cattle. Like, there's so many options. So you can find the niche that is right for you. But it doesn't happen in your first job. It doesn't, sometimes it takes a year to find the right place to do what it is that you want to do. And as far as like, oh, I make money. Well, I make enough money because my personal bills are very, very low. So I don't have to make $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 a week to be profitable and be successful and run my business. So I can run my business on less than $10,000 a week. And I can pay my own personal bills on less than $10,000 a week. Not everybody can do that. So you have to figure out, like, what's the right way to do it for yourself. When I decided I wanted to buy a truck, I didn't have a car payment. I canceled, I had different subscription boxes. Like, I had a fitness leggings subscription box, and I had, a makeup subscription box. Like, I had all these things, and I canceled them, and I stopped shopping. I have a legging addiction. In case you all haven't noticed, I fucking love leggings, and the louder they are, the better they are. But I stopped buying myself leggings. I mean, you guys realize, like, I have like 60 or 70 pairs of leggings. I have a problem, okay? So I cut out all unnecessary spending, shopping, or subscriptions or payments on stuff that I didn't need. So I literally brought my personal bills down to like $2,000 a month or less. So if I make $5,000 a week, let's say, because trucking is not as lucrative as it used to be. Let's say I make $5,000 a week. In a week, I can pay all of my own personal bills, and everything else then goes to the truck. 5 times 4, what's that? $20,000 a month. So that gives me $18,000 a month for business expenses, for maintenance, for repairs, for fuel, for breakdowns, for put money aside so I can eventually get the paint job done on my truck. Like, do you see what I'm saying? So I set my life up so that the vast majority of the income that I made in trucking could go back into my trucking business and didn't have to go to maintain my personal life. Yes, the legging hangers work great. Again, that's part of business. 401k, medical, dental, vision, truck maintenance, truck repairs, like all of that. You have to think about it. Not to mention, I still have to pay all my own taxes and everything else. So there's an account that I put, $5 a week into towards a paint job for my truck. There's an account that I put this much money into because that's for tires, and I put, $1,000 to $1,500 a week into a fuel account. There's all these different accounts that you put money into to manage different aspects of your life. So, when you own a business, it's not just one account that you pay everything out of. That's ridiculous. How do you keep track of stuff? How much money do you have set aside for maintenance? How much money do you have set aside for tires? How much money do you have set aside for a breakdown? How much money do you have set aside for a tow truck if you need one? So trucking is a whole different breed of business. So unless you understand that, then most people don't typically do well in it. By the way, look at Mom's kitty. Hello, Miss Dash. Hi, Squeaky. I saw your mouth open. I didn't hear anything come out. Squeaky. Squeaky. She's camera shy. Hi, Squeaky. Trucking is for men. I mean, you're free to think that. But you know what? I'm also free to do whatever I want. And that's okay that you don't agree with me. Because if we all got along and we all thought the same fucking thing, life would be boring as shit. So, I have one truck. I'm my driver. Of course I take care of my shit. I don't have a desire to own a trucking company with multiple fucking trucks because people don't take care of your shit the way you do. You know, people say things just to fire people up, and it's okay that people think trucking is a man's job. That's okay. They're allowed to think that. Everybody is allowed to have their own thoughts. It's the freedom of being an individual, is being able to think the way you want to think. And that's fine. You can think that way. That doesn't mean that I have to think that way. Because like I said, if we all thought the same way, we all acted the same way, we all believed all the same things, life would be miserable as fuck. Ray, is just trying to get a reaction, and I'm not going to react. That's all there is to it. We're all different. We all think different. We all have different ideals, different opinions, different morals, different values, and different goals. It was my mom that walked in the house from the garage. I have a kitty cat, Mom. And she's on camera. I know, she's as camera shy as my mom's dog, and my mom's cat both cannot stand the camera. Not a lifestyle unicorn. I don't feel the need to explain myself to everybody. I know when it is I'm gonna try to trigger somebody and get them to freak out. And I don't freak out, Truckin' Unicorn's a great handle. It's because I'm a truck driver and I'm a fitness competitor. There couldn't be anything more polar opposite on ends of the spectrums. Yes, I'm single because I choose to not date, because I choose to focus on my business and my health and my nutrition and my fitness and my all of my goals, my business goals, my building a show truck goals, like all of that. And I am not going to allow anybody or anything to distract me from what it is that I want to do, because I've done it a few times. I've dated a few times, and it is literally not something that I'm going to continue to do. That's okay that you don't like tattoos on women, because there's plenty of people who do like tattoos on women. And there's plenty of women that don't have tattoos that have YouTube channels, and you can actually go watch their channel. You don't have to watch my channel. And that's okay. Variety is the spice of life, You can go and watch anybody else's channel, and you can comment, and you can look at what is appeasing for your eyes. You don't have to stay here. I mean, you're welcome to, but you don't have to. You can help out with the business. I have a CPA. My mom does she does my Excel spreadsheets for me. She puts everything in for me, and then I just send it over to him. And I pay people to do paperwork for me, because paperwork is the one thing that I cannot stand to do in the trucking industry. What? Oh, thank you. Look at that. Thank you. I appreciate you because you love my tattoos. Thank you. My tattoos are these three, this one, and this. These are my kids' names in Sanskrit. Sanskrit is ancient Hindu. The word Sanskrit means true perfection. So I opted to do my children's name, translate my children's names into Sanskrit because I think that they are truly perfect. They annoy the shit out of me and they're my kids, but I still think they're perfect. Yes, I'm an owner operator. And then this arm is the rest of my family. So grandma and grandpa here, they used to bowl. Grandpa was a truck driver. Grandma had cancer. Here's her birth and death dates. We got to put grandpa's in here. That's my mom, you know. So my tattoos are for my family. They are my life. And then that's my trademark. Fucking truckin'. So, yeah. Rates rates are always going to go up and go down. I know that they are going up, but they're not where they were back in what, 21, 22. Andy, that's your opinion that women look attractive with tattoos. Some guys absolutely can't stand it, and that's okay. Because I mean, think about it this way. Imagine if everybody liked the same thing. We would all look the same. That would suck. You know? So people who don't like tattoos, I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. Because I don't do them for anybody else. I do them for me. I'm an adult and I deserve stickers, you know? That's my theory. They all mean something to me. None of them are like, oh, I really like that design on the wall. Tattoo that on me, you know? That's not me. Megas can run at a loss for years. You're absolutely right. But here's the thing, like all these mega carriers want to put speed limiters in our trucks, which has been, finally we don't have speed limiters, but they want to do it. And part of the reason is because they can't run the way the owner operators can, right? But owner operators don't get the same kind of truck purchasing discounts that they do. We don't get the same kind of truck insurance discounts that they do. We don't get the same service and repair discounts they do. We don't get the same tire repair discounts they do. You know what I mean? We don't get all the discounts that they get on all these other planes. So, like, they want it to be fair, then let's take away all their discounts. And if you took away all the mega carriers' discounts, their fuel discounts, their tire discounts, their service and repair discounts, their maintenance discounts, their truck wash discounts, their insurance discounts, their new truck purchase discounts, if you took away all their discounts, they would all go bankrupt because they can't function paying all the same expenses that small owner operators pay. So, you know what I mean? It's like, it's this weird realm. It's kind of like, think about like a mom and pop coffee shop and a Starbucks. They're both coffee shops, but one is got a lot more discounts than the other one. The cost of doing business is different. Sold your truck in 2009. I bought my truck in 21. I bought my truck in July of 21. I started driving in April of 19. 21? No, I bought my truck in 20? Fuck, I can't remember. So I don't know. I run my truck the way I run my truck. You know, everybody's told me like, oh, you can't own a truck and only drive during the day. You can't run a truck and be successful without driving all hours of the day and night. You can't run a truck and be successful without running 700 miles a day. You can't run a truck and be successful, only running 25 to 2,700 miles a week. Like, I was told all this stuff. And I drive mostly during the day. That's my choice. That's when I feel the best. That's when I work the best. I have a really hard time staying awake at night, so I don't drive at night. It's not safe for me, and it's not safe for everybody else on the road if I drive at night. I choose to not run myself into the ground by running 3,000 plus miles a week. I mean, I have set my life up so that my personal financial bills are low enough that I can continue to be successful and be profitable and run the truck in the way that I like to run the truck. So everybody has an opinion on how to run a trucking business, but there's more than one way to do it. There is absolutely more than one way to do it. You just have to figure it out for yourself because it's different for everybody. What are you asking? Because you just joined my channel. I don't know what you're asking. I missed your question. What did you ask me? Ooh. What did you ask me? Did you do a stream while you were riding? No, I don't live stream while I drive because when you're driving, your cell phone service is not always the same. I tried to do one once, and I was on the West Virginia Turnpike, as a matter of fact, and service was very spotty. So I typically do a live on YouTube every Saturday at noon Central Time. I also do lives on TikTok. When I'm at home, I'll do a live every day about 11:30 or 12 on TikTok. But that's just because I'm at home. Once I get back in the truck and I head out again, I don't know what that live stream is going to look like. I do know that I will be live on YouTube every Saturday at noon. That has just been the standing. I do have shorts and long form videos that are up. Some of them are me being in the truck. There's very few of me driving because it's really hard. I can't video myself and shift and drive and do all of that, and I'm in the truck by myself. So while I do have a mount for my phone, the view is not out the windshield. I actually have my phone mounted down low so that it's not too much of a distraction. You only have YouTube. Well, there's a plethora of short videos up, and there are some long form videos that are up, and there are a couple years worth of live streams that are up as well. So you feel free to go back and look through any and all of that if you'd like. Usually when I do a live, there is a link somewhere, a shop link that lists my my custom apparel, so my Truckin' Unicorn, fucking Truckin', and Pretty Privilege apparel. There's always other things linked in my YouTube, things that I use. Oftentimes it's things like protein bars that I use or different supplements that I use in the gym. My website to purchase my merch is truckinunicorn.com. Truckin Unicorn, TRUCKIN unicorn.com. That's my website in case you want to go look at it. If you don't, that's fine too. So, is it in my bio? I think so. It's just my name.com, truckinunicorn.com. There's no G in my name, just truckinunicorn.com. I'm pretty sure it's in my bio. Pretty much everywhere. If you feel like you want to purchase merchandise, awesome. If you don't, that's okay too. It's not expected. If you like watching my videos because I make you laugh, great. If you like watching my videos because they inspire you, great. If you don't like my watching my videos, great. Like, I make videos and I document and I post stuff that either I think is funny, I think is interesting, or because I know I'm not the only one that deals with those kinds of things. So, like my fitness stuff, like I know I'm not the only person that works out. I know other people deal with the struggles I deal with. I know other people, and I document a lot of my fitness because it's how I watch my progression. As far as trucking, there's a lot of chaos that happens in trucking, and I make videos and I document it because I know I'm not the only one that deals with it. And I may deal with it one way and somebody else may deal with it another way, and it's a great way to create a line of communication between truck drivers who are so isolated and ostracized because we tend to look at our phones more than we tend to talk to other people. When I go back out, I'm going to hook up to a belly dump and I'm going to do some construction. Yeah, he did. He is. Him and his. Well, there's a dog bed in the kennel. And he actually will go and lay in there because that's actually his dog bed. I have two 25-pound dumbbells, a 35-pound kettlebell, two 10-pound plate weights, and two 5-pound weights that are in my truck. So yes, I do work out in my truck as well. I took out my passenger side closet in the sleeper and I put a dorm room fridge in there. So I've got the refrigerator and then I also have a completely separate freezer. My dog has EPI, so his pancreas doesn't make digestive enzymes, so I have to keep frozen pancreas in my truck all the time. Hence why I have to have a freezer. Not to mention it's great to have like pre-cooked frozen chicken, grilled chicken in there as well, you know. So it's not just for his benefit, it's for my benefit as well. But I've just figured out how to make it work for my lifestyle. You know, it's, there's a place for everything and everything in its place in my truck. And I've figured out, you know, what's my best options for cooking, what are my easiest, most simple, they're quick and nutritious things to make in the truck that literally put me where I need to be for my nutrition. So physically and mentally. I mean, I'm 47 and I have been through trials and tribulations, as we all have. We all have baggage. We've all had traumas. We've all had bad relationships. We've all been betrayed and et cetera, like it's a laundry list of things, but it happens to everybody. And you can either choose to be a victim of those circumstances or you can choose to see them for the lessons that they are, learn from them, and become a better version of yourself. That's the way I see it. I've had a lot of really fucked up shit happen to me and it could have made me take my life in a completely different direction. I just chose to not do that. So that's okay that you think I'm 55, you know. Some people think I look 65, that's fine. Some people think I look 25, so that's just a matter of perception. Age is one of those things that every single one of us are going to face. We are all going to get old and we are all going to age. We are all going to have wrinkles. We're all going to get gray hair and we're all going to meet our expiration date. Whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, next month, or 10 years from now, we're all going to lose weight and gain weight. We're all going to have saggy skin, and all men are eventually going to have erectile problems, and all women are going to go through menopause. I mean, it's called life. It's called life. It happens to every single one of us, and guess what? You're never going to get out of it alive. Nobody gets out of life alive. So I figure I'm just going to embrace it. I'm 47. I have gray hair. I have wrinkles. I have bags. Look, I have bags. Like, look, they're gone and they're there and they're gone and they're there. And I have, you know, like, it is what it is. That's just life. I have lived 47 years. I'm 3 years away from being half a century. You guys, I'm almost a half a century. I'm super excited to say, like, I'm actually super excited to turn 50 and go, I'm a half a century old. Life is about experiences. Life is about doing things and making memories and having experiences and learning lessons and figuring out, you know, which way do you want to go? Like, you try something and it doesn't work, don't quit. You're only a failure if you quit. Try something else. Try something else. Just keep doing things, because when you're 85 and you can't do anything and you're sitting in the rocking chair, you don't want to go shoulda, coulda, woulda, wonder what would have happened if maybe if I wish I had. Like, you don't want to do that. So you just literally live life. Live life to the fullest. If that means, you know, going through a phase of your life where you go on drinking binges every weekend, do it. Experience it. Live and learn from it, and then do something different. Down 50 pounds already. Congratulations. Congratulations. Absolutely. You're 42. I have accepted that I have an expiration date. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know when it is. And of course I'd be friends. I have a friend who's like 28. He's literally the same age as my middle son, you know. So, I have learned from the experiences that I've had. The good experiences, the bad experiences, the things that just happen because that's just, you know, how it is. Like, I have accepted that I'm not getting out of life alive. I've accepted it. Nobody does. I have an expiration date. When, where, and how is unbeknownst to me, but I know that it is there. And I want to experience everything I can experience until that day comes. So, yeah. But anyways, I need to make something to eat. I gotta go. And I have a TikTok live I have to do here in a little bit, so. Well, thank you for the compliment. Again, that's a matter of personal opinion. Some people don't like brunettes. Some people don't like tattoos. Some people, you know, some guys like really skinny girls, and some guys like girls that are thicker, and like, it's all a matter of personal preference. I don't take it personally when people don't like me, because that's none of my business. I like me, and that's what matters. So, I gotta make some food. I will chit chat with you all later. I will see you guys next week. Everybody, you'll bully anyone on here for me. I appreciate you. Need to keep my job. Anyways, you guys have a great day. I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.